Yes, it is still raining. It is Memorial Weekend, and it is still raining. Every day it rains. The only time we haven't had rain is the last 3 nights during the nighttime. After about 10 o'clock, it stops raining, but then it starts up about 5 in the morning. So aggravating. I love me some Magnum double chocolate vanilla ice cream bars. It's one of my vices that I allow myself to partake. That and Breyer's ice cream. You just can't beat it. Let me finish this and I'll get back with you.
Oh, backroads nomad. Oh, backroads nomad. Backroads nomad. Journey on the backroads nomad. Come along.
So welcome back to the rainy, sodden road. This is just absolutely unbelievable. It has been about 3 weeks or more of straight rain. Soggy, wet, depressing, cloudy rain. We had sun for about 10 minutes 4 days ago, I believe. And then it was back to clouds and more rain. So I thought I would give you a little update. And I had some questions on my Can You Recover videos, part 1 and 2, from some people asking, what is the bare minimum that I should carry with me for recovery gear? And there's a couple things I'm going to show you, and I'll put them right up here. The first thing you should have is a recovery strap. That's without question. You can always find somebody to help you pull yourself out of a stuck situation. Well, I shouldn't say always. 98% of the time you can find somebody. So you should have a recovery strap. Always go heavier on the recovery strap. Get the minimum 4-inch by 30 foot. That'll pull 20,000 pounds. I'm going up to a 6-inch 30 foot, which is 60,000 pound tow capacity. Why? Because I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. So I recommend the 4-inch minimum, 30 foot length. And you want to have more length because you want to have room between you and the vehicle that's recovering you. You don't know the person that might be pulling you out. You don't know how good of a driver they are or what might happen. So you want that 30 foot so that you have more control and less chance of rear-ending or them backing into you or whatever the case might be. So the longer the distance, the 30 foot is what I highly recommend you get for a strap. A come-along puller at 2-ton minimum, 4-ton is better, or 2 of the 2-ton pullers. A 4-ton puller gives you about 7 to 8 foot of length for ratcheting. Then you have to move it up and redo it. So I highly recommend a 2,000 or a 2-ton minimum. 4-ton is preferable, and you'll see the examples of what I'm talking about up here. Also, you want to make sure that you get dual cams on it, which I'll show you up here as well. The dual cams means that it pulls evenly from both sides of the windlass. If you have just a single cam, it puts more stress and you're more likely to have a failure. So if it has the dual ratchets, it's a lot better. The third thing would be a tree strap to wrap around a tree so that you have an anchor point, so maybe you can pull yourself out. You can put the strap around the tree, come along to it, hook the other end of your strap to your vehicle, and then the free end to the come along, and you can ratchet yourself free. And the fourth thing, and the most expensive part of the minimum requirement that you should carry with you, are Max Tracks. Now, Max Tracks is a brand. There are cheaper versions of Max Tracks, but you get what you pay for. And there's some videos that show testing the cheaper recovery tracks versus Max Tracks. And I will try to remember to link them down below in the description. If not, just go on YouTube and search for Max Tracks comparison videos or recovery tracks comparison videos. There's a lot of overlanders and four-wheelers that compare them and will show you the difference and why you should spend the extra money on Max Tracks. They are a little pricey, but they're cheap insurance considering where you might get stuck, and the fact that if you're stuck in the desert or if you're stuck on some forest road, tow trucks won't come down there. And even if you have roadside assistance, they will not send tow trucks down those kind of roads. You have to be on main roads for them to come and help you. So it's cheap insurance versus maybe being stuck for who knows how long. You might be out in the desert where you're not going to see a vehicle for a while, and you might not have an anchor point to winch yourself out. So you need something to help get you out, and Max Tracks are the way to go. They absolutely work 100%. They're a great product. So I highly recommend that you have the vehicle tracks. Those would be the four main components to your recovery gear. Akin to that, you should also have a basic set of tools. And I'm going to make a video series on what tools you should carry and just some basic mechanical knowledge that you might want to have if you lose the serpentine belt. Like, for instance, Jamie from Enigmatic Nomadics, he had a pulley wheel that broke, and his serpentine belt came off, and he was broken down, and he had to find parts. So there are certain parts that you should carry with you at all times that are relatively inexpensive, but will save you the hassle of being stranded. And if you don't have a secondary vehicle like Jamie had, luckily he had his dirt bike and his motorcycle that he could go into town and whatnot, you could really be screwed if you're in a situation where you're out in the boondocks and have no way to get to town. No one's going to come along for maybe hours, days, weeks, who knows, and you're stuck. So there are some basic things you should always carry with you in a toolkit for mechanical situations that might need to be taken care of and resolved when you're traveling. So that's going to be the next series after I finish up the Can You Recover, if the rain ever stops. Another question that I have gotten a lot of is, since I use my iPhone mainly for recording at this point, do I use it handheld like Campervan Kevin, or what do I do? I don't do it handheld. I don't prefer the handheld version. I like to have something that I can hold, kind of like this handle here. It's got a rubber grip. This has a ball head that I can loosen and swivel around and use in different orientations. And I like it also because it has a screw mount on the bottom, a 1/4-20 thread, which is standard for photography, and the little tripod that is under my phone right now, I can screw on here, and I have a little extra extension handle, and I can also use it as a little mini tripod to set up in places to take different footage or different photos and whatnot. So I'm going to show you a shot here of the setup that I use. It's somewhat portable. I also, because I have backup power if I'm filming long periods and my phone battery dies, I have my Rode Video Micro microphone on it, and a phone holder, and also a secondary holder for my backup battery pack that's on the back side of my phone that you can't see. Wanted to give you an update and show you it is still raining. I'm not, people are like, oh, you can't have that much rain. Yeah, it's bad. It's been bad. 3.5, maybe 4 weeks of steady rain. Absolutely ridiculous. The snow is all gone, But now the rain is coming, and I would rather have the snow because the snow doesn't soak you, and it's not as depressing as the snow, as having the snow. So it is what it is. And as soon as I can get part 3 of Can You Recover filmed, I will show you how to use the gear that I reviewed in parts 1 and 2. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch. I appreciate all your support and all my new subscribers. Thank you for following along and supporting my efforts. Please check out my Patreon page, which I will have linked somewhere here. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/BackroadsNomad. I'm not as active on Facebook as I used to be. I used to do a lot more and post a lot more. I do post when I have new videos up, but Facebook has really slowed down a lot. I've noticed that recently. I am more on Instagram. I'm going to be posting more pictures on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram. Also want to remind folks that I have new decals out. I have the 2019 Backroads Nomad tire decal, the updated version. I have the Backroads Nomad compass decal. I have the Backroads Nomad tribe decals, and I still have a few of last year's Backroads Nomad tire decals, the original first gen, and some of the Van Life Craftsman as well. So you can check those out on my Facebook page. I have a post about them. You can find links down below to order them, and all the pricing and everything is down in the description. The description for all of the video gear that I use is down in the description, so make sure you check that out after you watch the video. Also check out the videos that I will have tagged up here if you want to see the Can You Recover Part 1 and 2. I'll have those listed up here in the corner. Again, I appreciate everyone watching, and we'll see you next time on the next video. Until then, journey on.